All right, so some few days ago, what was that? 2 days ago, I was having my soft life too. I was just like, let me relax. Took some days off, not doing the show. But then I was releasing some of those, the clips, right? I was hitting publish on one of the clips, and then I'm like, oh my God, Jean did not drop me a thumbnail. She works on thumbnails for me and stuff, and I was like, let me find the thumbnail. I just went to the internet, and there it is, the news. Jeezy files for divorce from Jeannie. What's her name again? Jeannie May? That's how you pronounce it? Somebody type out the pronunciation for me. Is it Jeannie Mai or Jeannie May? This Korea-looking young lady, Asian-looking young lady from The View or something. The View or The Real, one of those TV shows, daytime TV shows. That young Jeezy is a rapper. It's a rapper. It's one of the best-selling rappers out there. But I don't know, not a single leak of a song. I don't know, but I know him. I know him more in association with the game. I know a few game songs, but I know it's from Atlanta. I think it's one of those South. It's one of the pioneers of the South rap, the Southern type of rap from about 10 years ago or so, right? Then I saw that, I'm like, oh God, not another one, right? Believe me, every time I say that, because my wish is that the percentages of this type of situation will drop, okay? Not especially where, May, thank you, Chinye, right? Not especially when people, think about it, people don't go into marriage to go and file for divorce, okay? Gentlemen, listen to that carefully, what I just said. There's no one that goes into a marriage to go on divorce. Okay, I get it. There's some evil people out there who just want to come into your life, divorce you, and take all your money. Okay, we're not talking about that. Okay, if you find yourself in that situation, call 911. I'm not talking about that. I want to talk more about people that actually mean to do the right thing. They just don't know what they are doing. That's what I want to talk about. That's why we're writing books. That's why we're doing these sessions. That's why we're continuing to talk about this. Okay? People, good men or women would somehow, they lost themselves in the middle of a terrible situation. It got worse. And have you ever been in the middle of an argument and you really want to stop, but you can't stop? Mayo. Don't be Mayo. The other one, my. Okay, pronounce my. Voila. Anyway, I get it. Okay, and if I don't get it at this point, you know what time it is, right? We're just gonna leave that in the pot. I'm sorry. Okay.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
All right. I say my. Okay. So anyway, so when I saw this, I'm like, okay, the issue is deep. No one goes into this stuff to want to try to, nobody does that. Okay. And now, yes, I'm generalizing. I'm saying there's always exception. There's that evil man or woman who just came into your life to steal your money. You're right. I'm not talking about those people. And if you're right, now you know what to do. Well, if you feel the need to come back to the show, come back to the show. But we're not having conversation about people who get with evil people, okay? We're having conversation with people who know that they've gotten with another person that once upon a time they were in love with the idea of spending the rest of their life with this person. But something happened. People lost their cool. People start having arguments. They start calling themselves names, right? But they never expired it. I need that soundbite. They never expired it. They didn't know that everybody's threshold is different. All you did was call somebody a simple name, like a goat or something, and that triggered them to when they were a child with that stepmother. And they were like, you know what? Yeah, deal breaker. Yeah, deal breaker. I can't. So, that stat that everybody pushes around, especially the men, 80% of divorces are initiated by women. The last divorces we've reported here, it seems like they're mostly men. But that's anecdotal, right? But to be honest with you, a lot of men stay in bad situations until it's too late and they do something stupid, right? And then you will have some people come back and say, well, I think they deserve it. Kilo me. What do you mean? Who deserve what? Okay, nobody deserves anything. It's a very unfortunate situation. Like, for example, the story of Azan Adeyemo that we covered here is unfortunate for both of them, particularly for the person that lost their life, of course, right? But it's an unfortunate situation. People, the point I'm making here is that people get into a space, they lose themselves, they completely lost it, they lose their mind, and at that point in time, they can do something extremely stupid, irreversible. They can lose literally their life, either literally or, you know, the way Azan lost his life too, because he's not coming out of those, it's not coming out from behind the bars. Okay, so we have a situation in our hands that is very delicate. It's very dangerous to generalize, to oversimplify. It's case by case. But young Jeezy filed for this divorce. He filed for this divorce. We don't know what happened there yet. It's just another addition to number. Now, the one thing I wanted to extract from this before we go, we're about to go into the Mobad, right? A lot of men rejoiced over the fact, I know you probably don't have these people around you, but it's happening and they're influencing your children, okay? So you should be aware, okay? A lot of men rejoice over the fact that he married a non-black person. They did, okay? Granted, they are lame, okay? But they did, okay? And when we say lame, I'm saying lack of game. Because honestly, at some point, if it's majority of men thinking this way, it's kind of, I don't want to call them names. There's real issues going on that we need to continue to have a conversation about, right? But they rejoiced over it because somewhat, if you go to the other side of the race or the other side of town or to Brazil, or if you go to Nigeria, all the traditional women are there. Or if you go to Asia, because they look at the number of stats. My wife was just reading stats to me because we were doing some research earlier that what do you call it? I'm not sure it's African, but black in general. Blacks, 37% of the households are two-parent households, as compared to 80% for white households and about, I think, 60% for Hispanic households, about 70% for Asian households. Right? Obviously, we have to work on that, right? But some of them will look at it like that and say, I knew it. It's better to go and marry a Chinese girl. Just sad. It's weird. It's weird. And I don't want to tell you I told you so, because this is somebody else's life right here. But the point I'm making is that running away from your problems is never a solution. Okay? You can divest if you need to. Your motive behind that is particularly what I'm talking about. Okay? If you meet somebody from another race, another town, another continent, and you fall in love with them, you want to do life together, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about that motive of, it's just better. It's better? Is better with regards to what? With respect to what? What problem are you solving or solving for? Let's just leave it like that. But anyway, that's another one right there. It's time, when you're confused, it's time to learn something new. Not particularly listen to some teacher preaching at you, but you should start paying attention. There's something you don't know. On a general scale, there's something you don't know. There's confusion everywhere. It's happening at all ages too. It's not just Gen Zs. It's not just millennials. At all ages. In every race. Okay? People are struggling, but they refuse to engage knowledge.